Anyway, folks, I think it's time to have, what do you think, Earl? We get our guest in here?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming from Fairmont, Minnesota, Mr. Steve Schmitz. Please have a chair. Welcome once again, Steve. And you're from up there in Fairmont, and you're with an organization that's called Let's Go Fishing.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that. What is that?
I'd love to, but I have a big question for you.
Okay.
What's the deal with all the hubcaps?
Oh, well, some people around here probably tell you I have a tendency to buy a lot of things, but I don't always want to get rid of things. And so what I've done is I've had a lot of vehicles over the years, you know, cars, trucks, that kind of stuff. I always keep a little piece of something. Don't want to give it all up. In fact, you know, my old Hudson Hornet, there's hubcap off of that. There's one off a Chevy truck that I had. And there's one off an old Chrysler. And any of the stuff I use, my old Cadillacs over there. And kind of like we're hanging out in the garage and just kind of shooting the breeze. And anyway, so tell us a little bit about Let's Go Fishing. What is that all about?
Well, we started Let's Go Fishing about 3 years ago here in Fairmont.
Okay.
And we take care of seniors in the Fairmont area, so it's just not Fairmont. And we are a nonprofit organization that takes seniors 55 years of age and older out on fishing and pontoon rides, both.
I saw that big old boat sitting up at the corner old 15 and 16 up there one day.
Yes, we did.
Sitting there. That's a nice boat.
Custom made. It's handicap accessible, so it's made with safety in mind.
Oh, okay.
And we go out 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, twice a day. And we do that in June, July, and August.
So what does it cost for the seniors to go along with you?
That's the best part of it. Absolutely nothing. We supply everything, from refreshments to life jackets. If we're out fishing, we take care of the tackle, the bait.
They just
we take care of them totally.
Need a fishing license and go, right?
If they're not in a healthcare facility, then they need a license. Otherwise, the state pays for it.
So if somebody's in a home or whatever,
absolutely,
you can roll them out in the wheelchair, take them out on the lake, and they can go fishing?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. After, you know, what you said, this is their third season or whatever, you got an idea of how many people you've served or taken out and that type of thing?
Our projections after this year, we'll have served over 1,400 seniors on that lake.
No kidding.
That's right.
That's really good.
In just 3 years?
In just 3 years. We figure that's about 185 trips, because as I mentioned, we went twice a day for about a 2-hour trip. And our volunteers put in $1,800 hours they'll put in a summer.
Wow.
It's impressive.
I remember reading something in the paper. Didn't you guys do something special with the dock too?
Yes, we've got some help from A&J Dock. We got help from the city. And with our own financial support, we put in a special 6-foot wide dock so that they felt comfortable. Because one of the situations we had when we would take some of them with their wheelchairs off, because we do have a ramp, is they felt uncomfortable because it was so short, like they were going to fall in the water and take a dive.
What do you figure it costs your organization to operate this?
We're projecting on a budget of close to $6,000 a year to take care of this, to pay for everything we have to. Insurance is a biggie.
Oh, I'm sure.
Insurance is a biggie, but I'll say this, our number one priority is safety.
Okay.
We go through training. All of our volunteers, which there are over 60 of them that help us out, go through a full training every year, and we discuss the situation of life jackets and the situation of how we handle certain things. And we're almost like a Coast Guard. We escort them right onto the dock and into their seats. And then the most important thing I'll say that we teach our volunteers is to have fun.
Have some fun. So have you got some stories of some fun? Catch some fish and that?
There's stories every time we go out, from the person that just gets off the pontoon ride and is walking back out with the guide to get off the dock with tears in their eyes because they're so happy and it meant so much to them.
That's got to make it worth it.
We had a lady that went out last year. She had lived in Fairmont for 92 years. She never had the chance, believe it or not, to go on the lakes. Let's Go Fishing in Fairmont gave her that opportunity.
5 lakes inside the city limits, and she'd never been on the water in 92 years.
It's amazing. It's just, it was rewarding. And then last fall, a gentleman went out, caught a fish, 104 years old.
Oh.
A gentleman out of Blue Earth.
104.
104.
That is awesome. So now, where can people find out more information about this, if they want to maybe even, I'm sure you'd probably accept some donations if you'd wanted to.
Absolutely. You know, we've had so much support in the last 3 years. It's been unbelievable to get us where we are today. But as I mentioned before, the $6,000 a year cost that it does take us. And we've gotten monies from individuals, from corporations. We'll take anything we can get and any support we can get to help the seniors, because we are a nonprofit and that's what it's all about.
That's right.
And as the time goes on, you know, transportation is becoming an issue for some of the healthcare facilities. And we might have to start supporting that a little bit down the road. So our expenses are going to well succeed $6,000 with today's insurance rates. It could even go higher.
Now, let me ask you this. If there's a senior out there that would, like to go along on one of your trips, whether they're, in a home or in their own home, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Great question. What we do is, our current system right now is we sign up through the churches and the banks. And each one of the banks and each one of the churches have a sign-up list with specific dates that have been pre-scheduled so they would know they get a chance to go out. Next year, our newest thing, which we think will be even more successful, is that we are going to pick group leaders. So somebody in the community will be able to, and we'll show the number at the bottom of the screen here,
Okay.
to call this number. Obviously, we're going into next year now because we're in late August already.
Sure.
And so that way they can call, get their name on the list, they'll be the group leader, and they can take their friends and family that they would like to go out with them and pick a specific day next summer that they want to go out. And it's all pre-scheduled and all set to go. And we think that'll be a lot of fun for everybody, because then the closeness is a little bit more there.
A little more camaraderie out there.
Absolutely. I'd like to tell one more quick story. if I could,
Absolutely.
that I think says it all about what Let's Go Fishing is. Up in Alexandria, because this is a statewide organization, there's 26 different communities that are doing Let's Go Fishing around the state, not just Fairmont. And there was a lady that was out on the pontoon. They went out on their 2-hour trip, and when they were coming back into the dock, this lady was sitting right next to the captain. He was driving, and right when they pulled into the dock, she looked at him and she said, "That's the most fun I've had in years." And the captain just smiled, and he looked to the front of the pontoon, and here was the rest of the people from that facility staring in disbelief. And he looked at one of them, and that was the director, and said, "What's the problem?" He said, "This lady has been in our facility for almost 4 years. That's the first words we ever heard come out of her mouth."
She never said anything. Huh?
Never said a word.
Holy cow.
It's a great source. That's why the state of Minnesota is behind us, for what it does for seniors to get them a chance to go outside and experience the water in a safe environment.
Sounds like a great organization, a great way to bring out the best for the seniors and stuff.
Let's Go Fishing is our name.
Mm-hmm.
But we have more people that are interested in going on pontoon rides and to view the lakes, because we've also put together shall we say, a point of view from the side of the lake's point of view.
Sure.
So we can talk about the old buildings and et cetera that have been on the lakes for many, many years ago. And so we'll take a 2-hour cruise going around the lakes.
Oh.
And so it's just not about fishing. It's also about pontoon rides. And for your audience, they've been so good, I appreciate it. They're all going to get Let's Go Fishing hats.
Right. This goes to show
Here's
that.
one of them for you.
Anyway, folks, it's been a great show tonight. Steve, thanks again for coming in, telling us all about Let's Go Fishing. Earl, if it doesn't work out, this gal you got right now, you might be able to find yourself an old cougar out there on the pontoon and get yourself another one.
You could try that.
All right. Folks, join us again next time. Right now is number 8 in the can. Good night, everybody.